So in the last week or so, I've been playing around with this AI app, which is kind of like Mid-Journey. I really like it. It's called Leonardo AI. In this video, I wanted to give you kind of a full tutorial, everything that I've learned, how to use it, and the pros and cons of using it for print on demand. Let's go. Hey everyone, it's Juno with Detour Shirts. Thanks for joining me on this video. In this video, I wanted to talk about an AI app that I really like. I've been using it for about a week or so. There's some pros and cons. It's not perfect, but it's different than some of the other ones you may have tried, like Mid-Journey, text to image on Canva and Kindle. So I'm going to show you some of the differences, some of the things that you can use on there, the products that I think you can put it on or use it for print on demand, and everything that I learned about it. I'm not a professional. I haven't used it for a very long time, but I learned a lot about it in a week or so. I'm going to show you step by step on everything that I've done and on all the pros and cons that I think for this Leonardo app. So let's get on the internet right now and I'll tell you more about Leonardo AI. All right, so first things first, you're going to need to log in or sign up for Leonardo AI. There it is, Leonardo AI. And then you can just put in your email, get early access, and then you can see some of the cool things. I think this was made, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was made for gamers, like people who build video games. So you can see models, potential models like for gaming and stuff, pixel gaming, and as far as environments and everything. It's really cool though. So I'll show you some other things that it does. But just sign up here, you'll get an email, and then you'll be able to log in. You can see I'm already logged in, so I had to do it in incognito. But once you're logged in, you're gonna be able to launch the app, and it's not gonna be in a Discord. Let me show you what it looks like. I think the way they have it set up is really cool. So a lot of the popular AI text-to-image ones like Mid-Journey have a Discord. So you can see this is Mid-Journey right here. This is another one called Blue Willow. They also have a Discord where you type in like image prompt and so on. And Leonardo AI does have that, but you don't use this to do your stuff. So Leonardo AI has its own site. So this is it. This is what I really like about, one of the things that I really like about Leonardo AI is you don't have to be in the Discord and scroll through all those things. You have your own personal one right here. And let me go on this left-hand navigation bar and kind of tell you each one what it does. So first, of course, the title here. This one is 150 credits. You get 150 credits every time, every day. It refreshes every day. And then you can upgrade that if that's not enough, but I'll click on here. You can see there's a $10 a month, a $24 a month, $48 a month. And those are if you want that many tokens. So 150 tokens, I know I said credits, but same thing. If you want more than 150 tokens every day, you can see this is 8,500 per month, 25,000 a month. So these are for people that really want to use this. But if you just want to casually use it for free, I think this is a great way to do it. You can see the sizes are kind of the same. The size of the files, 768 by 768, it's all the same. So if you're not thinking about using more than 150 tokens a day, every day, I think free is great. So let's go back to Leonardo here. Next thing is home. I like this because it tells you all the different featured models, and we'll get into that. And then you can see kind of the top trending stuff. So you can kind of get an idea of what Leonardo can do. Like, look at some of these things. It's amazing. It's like a painting here. They also do drawings. They have line art stuff, comic book. This is really cool. It's like some vector stuff. And you can come in here and like favorite it. So if you really like this, you can click a heart. And there's a place where you can find your like stuff too, which is really cool. So you can scroll down here and say, man, I really want something like this for later. And what's cool about it is you can use this as a prompt for what you want to do. So pretty powerful. All right, so home was the next thing. Community feed, kind of the same thing that we just saw on home, but of course you can go down here and click through game assets. You can see which ones are scaled, which ones are just added, new, some really cool stuff. And then of course the top ones, I think people who hearted it the most, right? Who have the most hearts. So the next thing is personal feed. So this is my personal feed, the things that I've done. Every time you do one, it just puts it here. And then the like feed, you saw that I just like some of these things. So it comes on my feed right here. And these are the things I scrolled through them before, and I really like these stuff. So I'm kind of saving it for later. maybe I want to do this style, maybe I want to do something in this style, and so on. And then my followers feed, so you can actually follow people too. And so I'm following these people that I found that do some really cool stuff, just to see what new things that they've done. Okay, next thing is training and data sets. I actually haven't done this, but I'm guessing this is how you can learn how to do it. I just went in and did it. Fine-tune models. So these are like on the home page. These are the different model sets that there are. So there's kind of like Kiddo in a way, where they kind of tell you this one's going to be kawaii style, or this one's going to be a pixel style, or whatever. These are kind of different styles as a way to look at it. So you can click on each one of these and kind of get an example of what it can do. So this is the Leonardo diffusion one. Click here, view more, and you can kind of scroll down and like, oh, okay, so this one does all of these kinds of stuff, right? And then you can come back up and then go back to the user model again and do it with any one of these. You can see, oh, cute characters. What can I do with cute characters? View more, and do that kind of stuff. So if you really like this, you can click on here and say generate with this model, and we'll go into that later. Okay, so fine-tune models, we have all of these. There's the platform models, there's the community models, there's your models, and favorite models. So I haven't favorited a model, and I haven't used any of these. I've only used the platform ones, kind of the base. The next thing here is IA image generation. So this is kind of where you generate your images. So you don't have to put in that image/image like you do on the Discord. You can just type in your prompt here and then use the different models that we talked about. So you can do that, and you can do a Leonardo style too, or do some of these other things. I'll go over some of these in a little bit. Let's go back and finish that left-hand nav bar. The last things here is AI Canvas beta. So this is kind of like a low version of Photoshop in here. You can kind of do some things, draw a mask around, erase some things, or do some other things in here. I hardly use this. I think what it comes out with is great, and I can always go out and edit my stuff in Photopea or Affinity Designer or whatever. So I don't use this personally. So rounding out the top things are settings here. So I've just picked art is my interest, but you can see some other people do some other things. And then facts and help. This is something I wanted to show you. So FAQs, who owns the content generated using Leonardo AI? So you can see here, if we scroll, it says, the user of Leonardo AI platform, you own all the content you generate using the platform. Can I use this in commercial purposes? Yes, you can use it for commercial purposes. This applies to the images created by free users too. So even if you have a free account, you can use those. So that's it. So obviously you can use this for commercial. The only thing is we saw that it was just a little smaller. So let me do one so you can see how this works. So there's a couple of ways that I like doing it. First, I can just come in here and use image generation tool and just type in things that I want. Or I can go back out here, and this is what I've done a lot, is I come in here and I find something that I want to do. So I click on this one, and if I want to do something in this style, you can see I can do copy prompt, or I can do image to image. So it will put in that image and kind of copy this image and the prompt together. So let me do that. You can see it's using this model too. It tells you what model it's using and all of the prompt details. Let me do this. I'm just going to do image to image so you can see how powerful this thing is. So click on here. You can see the image is down here now, and then it automatically put that in here, the prompt, so I don't have to type it. Now I can come in and change it. So you can see this is a cat playing a guitar, or a tiger playing a guitar. So I can change this from baby tiger to, let's say, a rabbit, or maybe a cat, or dog. Let's do dog. Dog playing electric guitar. Okay, so I can generate up to 4 images here. I'm just going to do 1 so you can see it, but I could click 4 and generate 4, and then you can see the size of it is 1024. So I'm going to click on 1024 here, and then I could do tiling, but that's more for like patterns, and we can get into patterns. And let's see, I'm not going to go over all of this, but this is really basic. I'm just going to hit generate, and you can see within 20 seconds it's going to generate something that hopefully looks like this, but now is a dog, right? And it should be this style because I'm using this image to kind of prompt it what to draw. And I have all the things on here. So let's see what it comes up with. Yeah. So you can see here how it looks almost exactly the same as this, right? So if I take out this image, let's do that, and then try it again, let's see what happens. So this time it doesn't have the image to go off of, it only has the prompt. So let's see if it does something a little different. Sometimes it gets really different, and we'll see. Yeah, so now you can see it's facing a different way. There's using different colors and stuff. It doesn't have the image to go off of, so it has something totally different. So really fun. And you can change this to a vector. So let me show you some of the things that I've saved now. Now that you can see how I do it, I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that I think you can use this for in print on demand. So I'm going to go back and show you my personal feed, things that I've generated. You can see once you've generated it, it puts it in kind of your library. Oh yeah, and it uses those tokens here. So I start with 150 each day. Each of these costs 2, and you can do one more thing. You can upscale it. So let me go in here, and you can see I can do a creative upscale. So you can see right here, if I like the way it does this, but maybe I want it just a little bit crisper, a little bit finer, I can come in here, hit creative upscale. You can see that's going to cost me 5 tokens. But let's just do it. And it's not going to show you, but it's when we come back, we're going to see that. And then we can also do remove background, which costs 2 tokens. If I want to remove it from the background and just use it that way. We'll come back and look at the creative upscale later. So you can see some of these things are really small. Like this one is only 1024 by 1024, which is not big enough to put on a t-shirt, but I think these can make really good stickers. So if you want to come out and like cut around these things, these can make some really good stickers on Redbubble. Another thing I think you could do is something like a vector. So if you have this right here for stickers, now this is a vector. You can make this bigger, cutting it out and using a Vectorize app that I'm going to show you later, that you can take all of this, make it a vector, and then scale it. So I'll show you that. But let's finish up here. This one would be really cool for posters. This could be a vector too. You can use that Vectorize app by making this a vector and making it really big. It could also be great on t-shirts. Let's see, what else am I saving here? Okay, so it's obviously stickers again, cut out. This could be a really cool t-shirt, right? Cut it out, make it a vector, make it bigger. Oh, one more thing I think would really do well. Oh, of course, 2 more things. Patterns. I said you can do the tiling. So come in here, type out your prompt for patterns. Make sure you click on that tiling. And this could be put on all kinds of things. Things like blankets and pillows and iPhone cases or phone cases, shower curtains, all those kinds of things. So patterns, I haven't gotten into that. If you want a video on how to do patterns, I can show you that. This will be a really long video if I put it all together. And lastly, let me go my like feed. Oh yeah, here. So these could be really cool coloring books, right? You got the black and white. I haven't done one myself, that's why I wasn't in there, but these are the ones that I liked. You could do that as a coloring book. Check this out. Some of these other ones. There's another pattern that somebody else did. Coloring books, right? Really cool for KDP if you did that. Here's another one. Imagine that. Things like this for a coloring book. It would be so cool. Again, you can vectorize these things and then you can scale them, right? So let me show you one where you can vectorize. Let me download one of these. So any of these you can download, even somebody else's one if you wanted to. Let's go back to mine here. So I'm gonna pick this one. It's really kind of complex. I hope it works. So you can see here, just to show you how it works. So I'm gonna download this and then I'm gonna save image as, and let me just do isometric design. Boom. Okay, so that's gonna be on my desktop. The Vectorize app that I want to show you is called Vectorize AI. All right, so here I am, Vectorize AI, right there. All you have to do, and it's totally free, just grab the thing that you downloaded. So I have mine here. isometric design. I'm going to drag it into here. Boom. All right, it's going to take a while to think about it. I'll show you what it looks like after, but it's going to automatically do it for you. You don't have to do anything, but it's going to take a little while. There you go, vectorized result and the original image, right? So now I can download the vectorized result. Check this out. I'm going to hit download, and I'm going to bring it into Affinity Designer, and I'm going to be able to scale it, color it, everything. It's going to be a SVG. All right, so here I am in Affinity Designer. You can see I brought it in. It's a SVG from that vectorized. Look at that. So what this means is that I can scale it up. So right now, if I go in here and I go document size, artboard, I'm going to change this to, let's see. So you can see right now it is 1024 by 1024, right? That's the size that was on Leonardo. But if I change this to 4500 by 5400 and scroll out, I can see that is so much smaller, but guess what? It's a SVG, so I can make this as big as I want. Now I can put this on a t-shirt. Now I can make this a poster, right? And it's scaled up, so it's still really crisp and clean. I can change the colors on it too if I want to. Like maybe I don't want this color, I want it black, or I want it whatever. It's a SVG. I can do whatever I want. So you can do that with anything. You can remove the background. Let's like take that out. There's the background, right? So when you export it now, you have no background. This can do well on a black t-shirt. Let's say what does this look like on a black t-shirt? Ah, that looks really cool. Or what does it look like on a red t-shirt? There you go, right? But then when you export it, make sure you export it with no background, and then it looks really cool, right? So you can do this with anything on there, anything that works in a vector. Any of those 3D models won't work on the vector stuff, but if you do any of those other ones on there, like these stickers, the coloring books and anything like that, I think you'll do really well with the vectors. Now, so that's kind of my plan using Leonardo, is to do vector art on there for the bigger stuff. Some of the 3D stuff is really cool, and I think they'll make really good stickers, but they won't be able to scale like that. Anytime you scale any of those things, it'll get a lot more pixelated because it's pixels, not vectors. The only way you're going to be able to scale it is if you make vectors. So you're going to have to pick and choose which ones you like on there. So some of the pros and cons that I wanted to talk about with Leonardo. So first, the pros. So I think it's great that it has its own app, that it's not in Discord, because now you can focus on your own thing instead of watching a Discord go up and down. It's really easy to understand. Within a few hours, I was able to know what to do here. And then there's a lot of prompts and different things, and I'm sure there's lots of tutorials on there too. And lastly, I think the big selling point is you get 150 tokens every day for free. So right now, I would take advantage of that. That may change in the future, but you can do lots of different things with 150. You saw it only took like 2 tokens to make one of these. And then if you wanted to upscale. Let's look at the upscales that we did. Okay, here's the upscaled image. And here is the original image. Original, upscale. So you can see it's just a little, finer here. Original, kind of more jaggedy. And then if you like that style, I think that's great. And an upscale kind of cleans it up, right? So you can do that with anything. You can upscale it again too, and you can remove the background on this too if you want to. But honestly, with the Vectorized AI, you can remove the background. So I wouldn't waste your tokens on that unless you're using it for a sticker or something else. All right. What are the cons of this? So it sounds really good, too good to be true. Well, we went over some of the cons. Some of the cons is the size, right? 1024 was the biggest size, so that's not really going to fit on a t-shirt for some of these. Sometimes some of these come out with like double eyes. So let me show you what I mean. Oh, here's one. So look, you can see there's an eye in here, but there's also eyes in there. So, and fingers, like multiple fingers, and kind of gross, right? So it doesn't really understand some of that. You have to put those in, like, make sure it has 5 fingers and 5 toes and things like that. So that's kind of a con. Here's another one with lots of toes, looks kind of weird, and 2 eyes. So that's one of a con thing for Leonardo, but overall it does really good. Like some of this is like photorealistic, like That's really cool, right? Oh, and it's very random. It's kind of hit and miss. So sometimes you get good ones, sometimes you get bad ones. So lastly, I think, and this goes for all AI, is there could be a lot of copycats. So you could come in here and I could come in here and go to the community feed, right? Where things aren't mine, and I can say, I want to use this. And that doesn't stop anybody from doing it. I could come in here and download this right now, see? Hit download right here. I can download the image and use it as my own, even though I didn't make it. It's like a community thing. So if you're gonna do something like that, just be aware that people can copy it. Maybe you want to change the color or something like, or just make yours a little bit different. The chances of that happening is really low because everybody can just do their own thing. But if it's on this top page on here, you know, if it makes it on here where people like it a lot and a lot of eyeballs on it, then you might get more copycats. So that's it. That's everything I know about Leonardo AI so far. I've only been using it for a week, but you can see it's super powerful. Some of those designs on there, some of those models looks really lifelike, realistic. Those 3D ones, the ones I did of the animals with the sunglasses and stuff, so cool. And then you can see it does other stuff too, like patterns and drawings and things like that. So play around with it. It's super powerful. I think it can help you in your print on demand business, and then use that Vectorize AI too. If there's anything else that you want to learn about Leonardo AI, let me know in the comments. If you've used it before and know some tips and tricks that I didn't cover, put that in the comments as well. Thanks again for watching. If you want to see some other AI videos, you can see this one right here where I go over Kiddo AI. I do a tutorial of that one as well. So have fun with this. Thanks for watching, and as always guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.